I have been to a fair share of gyms in London, and I've also worked in quite a few, so it's only right that I give you a review of the best gyms and just give you a better idea of what you got going on if you're visiting London or if you're looking for a new gym. So I want to start with commercial gyms, which is the ones which will have multiple franchises, and they're probably the most familiar ones in the UK. I'm going to start off with Pure Gym. Pure Gym's getting cancelled right now because the owner has made comments on the wall and they're not favorable comments. So let's just leave Pure Gym out of it, but it is a franchise in which you can find in most areas and they're pretty cheap. It is on the what I'm going to call the lower end of things because we're going to work ourselves up to like the expensive, fancy, bougie gyms. So Pure Gym, that's like your bog standard. I wouldn't say it's lower, but I would say it's just bog standard. If you're not from the UK, that's like your standard, all right? And then you get The Gym, which I would say Pure Gym is here. The Gym is just underneath it. From working in Pure Gym years ago, and comparing it to The Gym, I think that the main difference for me would be studio spaces, because some The Gyms don't have an actual studio space. They'll use like the free weights area, or like they double up in certain spaces and use a class space and a commercial space, whereas more Pure Gyms will have a separate studio, if that makes sense. The Gym also don't play as great of music as The Gym. Both of them are great if you are going in to train. Like, you just need the equipment. They tend to have the good equipment, and that's what you're paying for. You're paying for access to the equipment. They don't have the bestest equipment, they have the standard equipment. When I say best, we'll be talking about other types of gyms. Anytime Fitness is a bit of a strange one in my opinion, because I feel like they're expensive, like on their monthly rates, but for a very small space, and again, they're not offering much. So the price is higher than Pure Gym and The Gym, but Anytime Fitness, I would put it below Pure Gym. I'm not being funny, I'll put it below Pure Gym, just because, like, what is an Anytime Fitness, to be fair? Like, I've been to one which was a good one. Like, the further on the outskirts of London, they're better, but when you're in London, I'm not a fan. Fitness First, so I've worked for Pure Gym, nearly worked for The Gym, haven't worked for Anytime Fitness, and I've worked for Fitness First in multiple branches for Pure Gym as well. Fitness First is like a dying brand, and I'm so sorry to say this, but it's up slightly, so it's I would say it's one above the Pure Gyms. You tend to have swimming pools in some of them, and they have tiers as well. Within Fitness First, they have their tiers, so it depends on what area you're in. Is the higher one, so you get your premium ones, the headquarters, which is in like London Bridge. That one's super fancy, and yes, it is, I guess, decent, but again, for the price you're paying, I don't necessarily feel like it's worth it. You will get some equipment, but you're more likely to get good equipment in the Pure Gyms than the Gyms. Fitness First is give or take, because it's like they've got the swimming pool, but they might not have a Stairmaster, or they have a Stairmaster, but it's not working. They might have a funny piece of equipment that you've never seen before, but equally it might be like, oh, how come this gym don't have a leg press? That type of thing. Would I recommend Fitness First? No. I would say just go to the gym, and I would have said Pure Gym, but yeah, they got their beef there. Next one's Virgin Active. Virgin Active is, again, slightly on the fancy side, but I still put it on the commercial list just because they are dotted around and they're not popular either. They're not popular. I would give the same remarks concerning Virgin as Fitness First. However, I haven't worked for Virgin, so I don't know the back end stuff. Nuffield Health, next one. I've worked for Nuffield Health, and I know that Virgin is a dying brand, and Nuffield Health is buying their spaces and turning them into Nuffield Healths. I don't know how they're doing that, because Nuffield Health it isn't that great either. I'm saying this as someone that's worked for them. Nuffield doesn't tend to invest in upgrading and refurbishing. You could go to a Nuffield Health, like the one in Ilford, it's been the same. Like, you're not refurbishing it. Would I recommend? No, I wouldn't recommend. Again, I would recommend The Gym. I would have said Pure Gym. and Anytime Fitness over Nuffield Health and Fitness First and Virgin Active, to be fair. It's more value for your money if you go to the cheaper ones. Gymbox, I was nearly going to put on a fancy list, but Gymbox is a bit like a nightclub. So if you're into like having like a DJ in the gym, it's pretty dark. It's like the lighting is pretty dark. They have everything. Gym boxes tend to have everything, depending on your location as well. You might also have extras like a big Cali rig, calisthenics rig. Gym box is a good gym, and they also tend to have a boxing ring as well. With your membership, it is slightly on the higher side of things, but I feel like if the dim club-ish aesthetic and vibe is your thing, then I would recommend Gymbox. It's not for me. I've never been a member. I've been a few times, but if that's your vibe, then I can get it. There's a new thing coming out. Like, I've seen a few called Buzz gyms. I haven't actually even been into one, but I just feel like they're always awkwardly positioned, and I see some of them like underground, so I haven't actually gone. So concerning Buzz gym, we leave a question mark. The next caliber or category of gyms I have is bodybuilding gyms. Now, I love these gyms personally. These are the types of gyms I love to go to, and I feel like it's the reason why I train so hard, because it's a different environment to be in when you're training in a bodybuilding gym. Oh my goodness, I just remembered another one, Kings. Hey guys, this is a really long video and I'm glad that you've made it this far. I mentioned Kings and I didn't speak about it, so I'm just adding this little insert to say I've been to Kings Croydon and Kings in Mitcham. I personally prefer the one in Croydon. Massive space, it's another bodybuilding gym. Vibes are absolutely immaculate. The music is always really loud, and you really do get that bodybuilding, like classic bodybuilding gym environment where people are actually really going for it because they're getting ready for competitions. I would say that of the two, I would recommend Kings Croydon, but again, Mitcham is just as good. I just personally preferred the Croydon one. Haven't been there in ages. I don't know what it's like, but this is me speaking all the way in May. But yeah, that's all I wanted to add to it, and we'll go back to the rest of the video. I forgot I went there. So I'm starting off with Muscle Works, which is a franchise. There's one in Orpington and there's one in Bethnal Green. The one that I visited extensively, love it, is the Bethnal Green one. They come out with new pieces of equipment. I'm like, what does that even do? But I'm so glad you have it, because I'm going to play on that piece of equipment. They have a boxing ring, they have your bodybuilding equipment. Because it's a bodybuilding gym, there is an emphasis on machines, because bodybuilding is best done on machines. So equipment, nice, really new, good expansion in the Bethnal Green one. Orpington as well, very spacious, loads of great equipment. Been there once or twice, and it's just really far from me, but I love the Bethnal Green one. I also really enjoyed the Orpington one. Highly recommend, literally highly recommend. Origin in Raynham doubles up as a boxing gym. Most of the bodybuilding gyms double up as a boxing gym as well, so bear that in mind if you do want to do it. You want to go there. Origin has boxing upstairs. So you have like a free weight, like a free space type of thing where you can do like circuits as well as a Cali rig, and then they have boxing, and then downstairs is also like weights and then the machines as well. Very communal gym. It's the gym that I go to. Really love it. It's more of a family vibe as well, but yeah, it's also, I would consider it like a bodybuilding gym just because the setup and just how it looks. Highly recommend. I go there myself. That's like my base gym. The Gym Factory in Forest Gate, very small, but if it's convenient to go to, it's right by the station. It's not too far from the station. It has what you need, and I know that they're getting new pieces of equipment if I'm not mistaken. So again, it has what you need. It's got daylight in there as well, because I really don't like gyms which are like underground. I'm not into that. So yeah, again, if it's convenient for you, I would recommend. Zone Gym in Wood Green. Listen, there's not one bodybuilding gym that I have a problem with, you know. I really enjoyed Zone Gym because, again, it's the vibe of people are just working out, great equipment, great space. Mwah, love it, recommend. Yorkie's gym in Tooting. I really liked the owner as well. She was very hands-on and she was around, so you got to know, you know, the owner. Good space as well. Boxing ring too. Zone, I don't think they had a boxing ring. I didn't see it anyway. But yeah, Yorkie's had a boxing ring too. So that is my bodybuilding list. The next list I have is the more fancy gyms. So you got Equinox, you got Third Space, and you got John Reed. I really enjoyed Third Space. You're paying a premium price, but as I paid it, I was very happy to, because of the space I was getting loads of equipment. You get your towels. There was a steam sauna, swimming pool as well. So if you've got the money, Third Space is nice, and it's a thing where you won't be asking how many sets you got, because there's so much equipment. I went to the biggest one, which is in Canary Wharf, so loved it. If you've got the money, I recommend. Equinox, similar thing. However, it's not as, you don't hear about Equinox as much. Only reason I know about it is because a friend that I worked with in Fitness First ended up working in Equinox. Yeah, we don't know, we don't, question mark. John Reed, I like the space and I like training there. However, there wasn't much equipment, especially as I wanted to do more bodybuilding stuff, because I love it. I mean, as you can tell, as you can see, what? That looks like the Muscle Works logo. Don't be real. Don't be joking with me here. But yeah, nice space, great for creating content. You will see a lot of content creators go there. And then my last set of gyms is like classes and studios. So you get one Rebel, F45, 9 rounds, BXR, which is Barry's, I think it is. Yeah, those places are the kind of places where you would go, and it's more classes based. I really like F45. I've enjoyed their classes. I've got a good friend at Barry's, so I'm never gonna say nothing bad about Barry's, because my friend worked there. You know. Barry's is a great workout if you're trying to lose weight as well. I mean, even just keeping fit, like, put you through your paces. I would say if you're someone that's looking just to get the job done, you want to go to a commercial gym, which is your The Gym, Anytime Fitness, Fitness First, just because it's, you pay the price, you get your equipment, it's done. If you're someone that's like trying to go next level with your fitness journey, you want to, oh my goodness, how can I forget? I've got 2 gyms I've forgotten. There's so many. When it comes to bodybuilding gyms, how can I forget one of my favorite gyms? Absolute in Lakeside. Love the gym. Great equipment, great space. One thing about London is you won't get gyms which are spacious, so it's nice. It's just on that, like, you're in Essex with this one. But yeah, great space, great equipment. Thoroughly enjoyed my time there. And then there's also Pure Muscle, which is in like Leytonstone sides, and I would call that a bougie gym just because of the price. Great equipment. They've got this thing, they close the roof so it's inside, but when the sun is out you can open up the roof, and then it's an outdoor gym with Cali rigs and squat rack and all that type of stuff. I love going there in the summer when the roof is open. The day pass is a bit sheer, but again, I think it's worth it. And I think like the technology in the gym is really good, like the toilet be flushing itself and stuff like that. So yeah, that is all my gyms. You really just have to feel it out, and I would recommend that if you stay in the UK and you're thinking about what gym to go to next, Gallivant. That's what I've done. I've felt the vibe of the different gyms and picked which one is best for me. I feel like if you want to take your training to the next level, you want to be in a bodybuilding gym, just because the equipment is amazing and you will be building muscle if you're putting the time in, right? You will be building muscle just because if you're eating good and all that type, because the access is so easy. So by default, it's a lot easier for you to put yourself through paces type of thing. The fancy gym is if, you know, you're into leisure lifestyle and all that type of stuff, and you want to do sauna, steam and all that type of stuff. I did find that I wasn't using it as much as I was paying, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't making sense. But yeah, I hope this was very useful. I know I rambled, but there are a lot of gyms and I've been to a lot of them. So with that being said, absolutely love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of yourself. Love ya. See you in the next vid. Mwah.